guys, it's Lissa. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna go ahead and go over You Don't Have to Be a Shark, Creating Your Own Success from Robert Herjavec. Today's drink of the day is coconut water, and this one has actual bits of coconut and I really love it. Non-sponsored, but just thought y'all should know. So let's go ahead and start. We're gonna go ahead and start with chapter 1, learning new steps on a different floor. In the beginning of the book, he talks a lot about selling and a lot about dancing. So if you don't know, I didn't know until I read this book, he was on Dancing with the Stars. So he talks about that experience and how it helped him to kind of get out of his comfort zone and everything. When he's starting, he's saying basically with selling, before you sell like literally anything, you need to sell you to yourself. Basically, like if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is gonna believe in you. But also, you know, like with everything that was going on in his life, he was saying you need to heal yourself by healing others and become selfless. So he touches on that a little bit in the beginning of the book and then a lot at the end of the book. The sell me this pin tactic that I know everybody knows is more about getting to know the customer and why they're shopping, how long they've been shopping for, you know, what they need it for and everything, rather than, you know, just trying to pitch a pin cold and like not even knowing, you know. So you want to warm up to the customer and just kind of be like, hey, what's going on? Selling shouldn't be a very like aggressive sort of like, you know, like I'm gonna sell you this and you're gonna take it like right now, but it's more about building a relationship with the customer rather than trying to sell and then just have everything fall apart. Another thing that he talks about is some tactics that are good for selling but also good for life. The things that he said were how to negotiate. You can do that by carefully listening, evaluating variables, overcoming obstacles, and reaching an agreement. Learn determination. Like no is really, it's just a new challenge that you need to overcome rather than, you know, something that's permanent. And gaining confidence and assist in handling crises as well. And then get others to agree and practice self-discipline. The next thing he says is to focus on serious prospects. And then he goes to talk about the 80-20 principle later on. He also says in life there are no handouts, and he also does give an example of what he thought was a handout on Shark Tank. He also, wow, I didn't realize that. So in the book, in the beginning, he talks about, you know, God helps people who helps themselves, and he's heard that basically his entire life. So that's why he's like, if you're poor, it's because you didn't choose to help yourself through that. Which is kind of the mindset that I had starting this book, and then ending this book, he was saying, you know, like sometimes there's just some situations and you have to go out and help others as well too, or else they're never gonna know to help themselves, kind of thing. So I was like, I really like that, and I really appreciate kind of seeing his mindset go through that whole thing, and then my mindset kind of grow as well as I'm reading it. I was like, that's something that I did not expect to happen, and it just happened. So he also says that anyone that's so focused on themselves that they tend to tune out another person will never be as successful as someone who's interested in sincerely helping other people. Page 61, chapter 6. People need community in general, and that's something that I think is just so important. He was also saying, salespeople believe in what they do, enjoy the company of people, spend more time listening than talking, and make a connection between selling things and life. And emotion always trumps emotion always trumps intellect. So he's saying pretty much, you know, like you need to make that like bond with the person to start selling them before you can actually sell them. Does that make sense? Oh, another thing that he was saying is that Shark Tank isn't a successful business show. It's a successful entertainment show on the subject of business, similar to the Kardashians, and like he literally says this in his book, but similar to the Kardashians and all of their businesses. Their businesses aren't based off their show, but their show does have a little bit to do with their business. So it's more about what is the subject, but what are we really at our core? We're an entertainment show on ABC that is on the subject of, you know, people pitching and creating businesses and entrepreneurship. Chapter 10 is you need to know accurately where you are so that you can see where you'll go. There's actually a few things in here about goal setting, and I really, really love it because I know I've talked about it on this channel, and I think I actually did film a video. Yeah, that'll be next week's video that I filmed the other day. And it's all about goal setting from what Robert Herjavec says. And I love this man and his ideas and his business and his character. These are 10 things that you can do to make a change in your own life. So to go ahead and help you to elevate yourself. The first thing is to be disciplined. Develop and maintain a work ethic, basically. You need to know what you want and do what it takes to get there. I also procrastinate a lot. But you need to know what your goal is, basically, and be disciplined enough to be like, I'm not gonna do these other things until I get X done, you know? I'm not gonna do Y and Z until X is done, because, you know, you just can't skip the alphabet over like that. Number 2 is to be focused. So you need to concentrate on the task at hand. The greater the challenge, the sharper the focus. So I took like some type of personality testing or whatever, and it said like one of my number 1 things was focus, and I was like, okay. Like I can see it at times, but like for majority of the time, I'm like, basically though, whenever you're, like I said, the task at hand, focus on what you're doing. Do not get distracted. That's part of being disciplined. You need to know what you're here to do and why you're here to do it. Number 3, be competitive. Welcome competition and accept that life really offers something of value that someone else won't try to do for themselves. Say you and your friend Mary are both trying to go to the gym more often. There you go. You and your friend Mary are trying to go to the gym more often and build muscle, basically. And so, you know, your competition is your friend Mary. Her competition is you. And that kind of forces you to level up. I'm a competitive person. You may be a competitive person. I'm figuring you are if you're in business. But you need someone to help kind of like push you to give you that competitive edge. Number 4, be resourceful. I don't know if you listen to Tony Robbins or not, but I love him. And one of his things was, it's not your lack of resources, but your lack of resourcefulness. So with everything that you have around, you need to make the absolute most of it. Yeah, just use every asset available to you. Number 5 is to be passionate. So the more you believe in your product and yourself, the more successful you'll be. But you can't just take like one of these things and be like, I'm just gonna be passionate and I'll do that out of the 10. Like you have to do all 10 or else you're not gonna go anywhere. Number 6, be critically minded. Assume the attitude that lets you think outside the box whenever it's needed. So like number, what's 2? Yeah, you need to be focused, but you also need to be sure that you aren't so focused that there's no other like way to get there. That, you know, there is alternate routes to get to the same goal, which I also talk about in the goal setting video. Number, that was 6. 7, be persistent. So prepare to hear no, but don't let it discourage you. Number 8, be curious. Look for new ways to learn about whatever you're trying to do. The business you're trying to create, is it in YouTube videos? Is it in books that you read? Is it in people you talk to? You need to be curious. You need to stay curious. And even if you're at the top of your craft, talk to other people around you. You know, maybe they'll give you some insight that you didn't know before about, you know, just like business and life and stuff as well. So number 9, be confident. And that is such an important thing for life as well too. Like if you walk into a room like you don't know if you're supposed to be there or not, chances are everyone's gonna ask, are you in the right room, even though you could be the teacher. So you need to be confident in yourself, be confident in your product, be confident in what you do in general. And number 10, be happy. Try to be the source of joy for others, is what he says. More than almost any other personality, this is what's going to attract other people to you. Because people like people who are happy. People aren't going to be gravitating towards someone who's, you know, like always down on themselves or whatever. They're going to gravitate towards someone who is happy, who's lifting other people up around them, because they want to be lifted up as well too. Even though they might not say it, they're definitely thinking it.
Quick apology for my dog. I'm sorry. I'm trying to edit him out as much as possible. He was just crying basically because he was outside. Like I had literally put him outside just before this video, and then he was like, I don't want to be outside. So then that's why there's so much crying. Continue with the video now.
Now back to the 80-20 principle. So he's saying it's called the 80-20 principle, the law of vital few, or the Pareto principle, the Pareto principle. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, and I'm sorry. Basically, 80% of the profitable things come from 20% of the actions. If you want, I can just go into a whole video about that because I really absolutely love it. And I think that it's something that everyone should know, but I'm just kind of glossing over some for this video. So if you want that, comment below. If not, that's fine. So next he talks about lessons from selling and dancing. Like I said, he talks a lot about dancing. He's saying, 1 is you have 90 seconds to strut your stuff. This could be in a boardroom. This could be out on stage. This could be literally anywhere in life. But after 90 seconds and someone feels like you're wasting their time, they're not going to be like, please continue talking. They're going to be like, all right, well, now you can leave now. Another thing is you need a story to tell and rehearsals to tell it smoothly. Once again, in the boardroom, on the dance floor, like different areas, but everything that you have needs to tell a story. Like he said earlier, emotion trumps intellect. You need your story to move people towards your product. Why are they going to choose your product versus someone else's product? You need that emotional connection with people, or else they're going to be like, well, the only thing that separates this product from this product is, it could even be a dollar amount, or it could be you and your competitor are literally the same price and they just go with your competitor because they have a better story. So you need to be sure to make that emotional connection with people. Another is never show pain or uncertainty. People can sense weakness. Dogs can sense weakness. Sharks can sense blood. Like, don't show that you're uncertain or that you're in pain about something. Go on as you must. You know, once you get the deal and everything, then you can be like, okay, now I have time to relax and scream into this pillow. Next is practice is fine, but performance is everything. And we'll just go ahead and move through these fast. So confidence can sell anything. The better you get, the faster things move. There's always a new step to learn. Like once you master one step, you know, you got more steps to go. You got to keep doing this tango. Know how the score is being kept. This was very important with Dancing with the Stars. He was talking about, you know, so there's the score of like, you know, the judges being like, I think you did excellent. But if the audience and everything is like, yeah, but like these two people I think have just more chemistry, so I want to see them more, you're out of there. Just gone with the wind. Never forget your motivation. Make yourself comfortable. Like in any environment that you're in, I think you do need to make yourself comfortable so that you'll feel a little bit more loose and feel like a little, I'm here, you know? Know when to follow and when to lead. You can't be leading all the time. My mom was literally telling me this and I was like, why? It's just apparently an important aspect in life that you just can't be leading all the time, which I'm still figuring out and I do not like it. You need to remain in the moment as well too. That's very important. I think I talked about this in a previous video where you need to be where your feet are, you know, and just kind of bloom right there. And then stay grounded, you know, don't get a big ego about yourself. Me. Also, know when to ask for help, smile, and have fun. If you're not having fun with it, people can tell. You gotta have fun with it. Even if you force yourself to look like you're having fun with it, people are gonna be like, wow, you're having fun with it. And you're like, so much fun. But you're gonna make it, and it'll be fine, and it'll be great, and it'll be fun.
What are you doing? What is this?
It's just a review, like, summary pretty much on the book.
Oh, okay.
And then the last little bit for this book is success comes at a price, so be sure that you're ready to pay it. It could be, well, it will be the price of time. You're not gonna be able to spend a lot of time with other people, and the other people are gonna be like, why don't you spend time with me? And you're like, listen, I'm just trying to do what I'm trying to do to get to where I need to be, okay? These things happen, and you have to be sure that you're willing to commit, or else you're going to fail. Because you're gonna be like, wow, I didn't realize this was so hard, but it's a business, it's life. It's going to be hard, and I mean, it doesn't have to be hard, but it is going to be something that is going to challenge you, that is going to demand so much energy, time, focus, money. Like, you need to be sure that you're ready for this step. Like he was saying, we think we have multiple lives, you know, like our business professional, our, you know, like just, you know, like chilling at home, our going out with friends, but it's all one life that we live, and we can't separate every single thing and categorize everything. Everything should fit into a box. Not everything will fit into a box. And you need to be sure that everything you do, you know why you're doing it. You need to be sure that it's something that is cohesive with everything else that you do. And if it's not, figure out which things are better and kind of evaluate your life. So this was You Don't Have to Be a Shark to Create Your Own Success. My name is Liz Gonzalez. His name is Robert Herjavec. And I will most likely end up getting this book. I rate it at least a 8 out of 10. I think this was great. I love autobiographies. And I look forward to seeing y'all next week with a little tidbit section on his book in particular. And then a new book in the following week. Bye, guys.